Welcome to Janry Pet Resort, where pet luxury has never been more affordable. Well, good morning and welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about daycare, and there is a lot of information that we're going to be going through with this because daycare is so important for so many different dogs and for the owners, right? So Doggy Daycare was introduced at Janry in 2011, and it has actually exploded since then to the point where occasionally we do have to close the day for daycare because so many dogs are coming to see us to go play with their friends or play with the counselors. A few things about Doggy Daycare here at Janry Pet Resort is Monday through Friday, we open at 6 a.m. for drop-offs and we close at 7 p.m. for pickups. It is the opposite on Saturday and Sunday where we open at 7 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. But your dogs, when they come for Doggy Daycare, are going to have such a blast while they are here with us. We've been offering it for 13 years now. If you're working from home, you're working. Take your dog to Doggy Daycare. You can get your work done without the constant potty breaks, the possible barking at the mailman or the squirrels or the garbage truck that's going past. It's great for the person who is going to work, the person who is at home, and it's also good for the dogs that might have retired owners. Those times are going to be not only mentally but physically fulfilling to the dog if you don't have a fenced-in backyard where they can let loose and have their zoomies and run around. A lot of people will drop their dogs off if they're heading to the beach for the day in the summer, and then you have the people who might be going to the city. They'll drop their dogs off for daycare, and you have the people who are working Monday through Friday. Now, the great thing about what we offer here, we do have discounted packages when it comes to Doggy Daycare, so you can buy a 10-pack. It works just like a punch card. It's pretty much you buy 9, you get the 10th one free. They last for 365 days. And then we also have our monthly members. This is for people who are dropping their pups off Monday through Friday all month. It works kind of like a gym membership. You can drop your dogs off. You have priority booking for those days. You'll always have a spot for them. Everybody always asks, what's my dog going to do when they come in for Doggy Daycare? So when your dog comes in, they're going to have their own private suite inside. We don't do all day play here. We do a controlled play setting. We don't feel that a lot of dogs can handle an all day play situation. They can get aggravated with the other dogs, a little agitated. They want to take a nap, relax, that kind of thing on their own before they go back out and play some more. So they'll go out in their group and they'll run around in their play. Their group comes in, they rest, and it's a cyclical process throughout the day of them coming in and resting, going out and playing. We have 4 different groups that we evaluate the dogs to be into. So we have our small dog low energy, our medium energy, our high energy, and our firecrackers. So when it comes to safety reasons here, we always have 2 staff members out in a play group. The more dogs that are in the play group, the more staff members are out there. We don't have groups that are typically over 20 dogs in a group, and we typically try and have at least 5 staff members out with them. The only exception to that is our firecracker group. Depending on who we have in for our firecracker group, it's typically 1 staff member per dog. As you can imagine, firecracker, these guys have a lot of energy. So we want to make sure that we have enough staff out there. Everybody kind of has their own dog that they're watching. We do not do communal water bowls. I myself am not a fan of communal water bowls. Like when you go to a dog-friendly shopping center, I carry water with my dog. I carry a bowl with my dog. When they come back in from playing, they have a nice fresh bowl of water inside for them. That is their water bowl. They're the only ones drinking out of it for the day. That is something that we're pretty strict on. In the summer, we put out the pools. We have sprinklers. That is to help keep the dogs cool.
So Eileen, if I'm bringing my dog here for the first time, there's an evaluation process, right?
There is an evaluation process, and that evaluation process starts from the minute you walk through the front door. We are looking at your dog and how they act as soon as they walk in. We have different energy levels. Obviously, if your pup comes in and they are jumping all over the place and super, super happy, we're not going to start them in a low energy group because they're already excited for the day. Who do we think is going to be the perfect dog to match up to evaluate your dog with? Our staff are incredibly talented in reading body language of dogs. When you're looking at a dog's body language in a playgroup setting, you're looking at the shape of their body, how they're holding it, how they're holding their tail, how they're holding their neck, how they're holding their ears, what their eyes look like, what is their mouth doing? Are they panting, or is their mouth relaxed open? Is it completely shut, like they have a lot of tension in their mouth? We're looking at all of those things. Once we take them outside, we will do the evaluation with a very, very calm dog, and then we'll start to slowly bring in other dogs. This is letting us know which group might be better for them. Your dog is going to act completely different at home than it does when it comes to us the first time. They're going to be nervous. They're not sure what's going on. So when you pick your dog up and we say your dog was in low energy group today, or your dog was in medium energy group today, and you look at us and you're like, oh, well, he should be in high energy group or firecracker. We're going to say he's nervous. As your dog gets more comfortable, their true colors come out, and we can move them from group to group to group, depending on where then they eventually are comfortable. Just like your kids. Your kid might be crazy at home and they go to school and the teacher keeps telling you they're a perfect angel. We're not always going to see the same dog that you have at home. We might see a dog that's a lot more outgoing and crazy and excited because everything is new and wonderful. Or we might see a dog that's a little more reserved until they understand that we're a safe place for them. We're a second home. Some dogs will do meet and greets to start them, and then we'll transition them into daycare. Those meet and greets might be 5 minutes with the assistant manager or myself. And then we'll do that for a couple weeks. And then we'll move into daycare for a couple weeks until they get comfortable. We're going to work with the dog.
When people are bringing their dog into doggy daycare, it's more than just an opportunity to play with other dogs. It's an opportunity for them to become better dogs.
It's so true. For example, we have this little Shiba that comes in. When he first started doing birthday parties, it was like, throw the hat on him, take a picture, get the hat off, because he is not going to want it on his head. He's one of our monthly members. He's a fantastic dog. He's gotten to the point now where we put the hat on him and he just stands there and poses. It's an opportunity for the dogs to learn and grow in themselves without depending on their owner for every clue as to how they should be acting. Bringing your dogs to daycare also not only fulfills the physical need of getting energy out, but it also allows your dog's mind to broaden and for them to become a little more confident. A confident dog is a dog that you're going to be able to walk down the street and they're going to walk down the street with you and not care about what's going on around them. But they're also not going to be the dog that's going to hide behind your legs when you see someone on the street that you know and you want to stand there and talk for 5 minutes. You want that confidence in your dog, and doggy daycare is going to also bring that confidence to your dog. Doggy daycare is definitely a fun day, not only for the dogs, but for the staff. You're out there running around with them. Your dogs make friends. They divide up into their little cliques. Say you bring your dog to doggy daycare every Tuesday. There's a lot of other dogs that come every Tuesday. They're going to meet those dogs. Besides, then we have our monthly members who are here Monday through Friday, develop friendships with each other. They're dropping off at the same time every day, or they're picking up at the same time every day. So we have customers who have actually become friends because their dogs come to Janry Pet Resort. They have things in common, but their main thing in common is that their love of their dog. Whether your dog is a puppy that you're introducing to new dogs and you want them to be very balanced and you bring them to daycare and they can meet other dogs that understand what appropriate play is. Even if you have a dog that doesn't like other dogs, your dog can come to doggy daycare. The counselors become their friends. They go out just as much with the counselors as the dogs that go out in group. So doggy daycare is not just for dogs that get along with other dogs. It's also for the dogs that don't get along with other dogs. You need a place for your dog to go and you want them to have just some interaction so they're not just laying on the couch all day while you're at work. Bring them to doggy daycare, and our counselors will mentally and physically work them so that they are tired when they come home and they also have the opportunity to have their world expanded. And we have customers that have been coming to us for years upon years, and their dogs just run down the sidewalk. And a lot of those dogs, truthfully, if they're in group play, they don't care about the counselors. They know their friends are back there. Let me go back. I want to play with my friends. I want to see my friends. Yeah, it's good to see you, but I need to go back and play with my friends. And when it comes to doggy daycare and the evaluations, I'm not going to say that every dog can go in group play. It's not how it is, because you have to remember your dog comes in and they aren't great with other dogs. Not only is the safety and security of your dog a priority, but the safety and security of every other dog at Janry. They all are loved as much as that person's dog is loved. It's our job to keep every dog here safe. Every dog that walks down that sidewalk wants to walk down that sidewalk. They don't want to be put in an uncomfortable position because their owners think that they should be playing with other dogs. The dogs tell us what they want. We just listen to what they're saying. We offer a complimentary day of doggy daycare for any new customer. That is a 4-hour minimum where your pup comes in, they walk around the facility, and they're evaluated for group play if they're ready to be evaluated for group play. If this is the first time they're walking in the door and it's a little too overwhelming, we're not going to introduce them and evaluate them for doggy daycare because they're not comfortable. So they're going to be with the counselors. Our priority is the happiness and safety of every dog that walks through our door. When it comes to the evaluations, we're going to talk about body language, because that is something that is so important. And it's important for owners to know if you're meeting another dog on the street. For the people who take their dogs to dog parks, you want to know about doggy body language when two dogs are being introduced to each other. So I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. If anybody has any questions about doggy daycare, please feel free to comment on this podcast or give us a call. We are here to answer any questions for you. Get your dog signed up for doggy daycare and have them join the pack. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will talk to you next time.